Okay, you guys, here we are. We're on lesson 4, functions, another very, very valuable part of Python or any computer programming language to know a little bit about functions. So please go ahead and watch the video, play around or take the quiz, play around a little bit with this example. Again, don't be afraid to break it. Try to mess with it and see, change some of the parameters in this before we begin the actual projects that we're going to be working on here. So with no further ado, you guys, I'm going to click on our staircase, part 3. We're going to add to our staircase now. We're just going to modify it a little bit. Again, making it simpler each time that we do that. If I click on my exercise, we can take a look. In this exercise, you're going to make an alternate version of the staircase program you made in the last module. As a reminder, your staircase should have 4 stairs, each of which has a height and a depth of 30. Write a function called draw step that has Tracy draw 1 step for your staircase. Then, in the main part of your program, call this function inside a for loop to draw a staircase with 4 steps like this. Before your for loop, you'll need to turn Tracy to the left by 90 degrees like this. Left 90. And this should be what it looks like when we are all said and done. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's make a function, and again, according to our video, we had to do our definition here. This is kind of defining a function, and they want this to be called draw underscore step. We don't want any spaces in there. And then for proper syntax, we do need open and close parentheses followed by a colon there. And now we're going to enter, and we're going to fill up these parentheses, if you will, with items down below. So again, they're going to have us turn left here in just a little bit, but we're just going to define how to make this particular step right here. We just need to do one of them because then we can loop it. So we are going to move forward by 30 steps, and then we're going to turn right by 90 degrees, and we're going to move forward again by 30 degrees, or by 30 steps, excuse me, and then we're going to turn left by 90. Alright, so that's our definition, and as you can see, I entered a couple times and I'm still nested inside of my actual function here. I need to get out of that nest by pressing my backspace key on the keyboard. That brings me back here. Now let's go ahead and run this code and let's see what happens. If I run it now, Tracy's not doing anything. She just sits there. Again, this is just, if you will, a function that we will use to call later. They call this a call, if you will, when we use this definition actually in a program. So we'll eventually call that. But if you recall, in the exercise, it told us in the very beginning of our program, now this is when we're actually going to be starting for Tracy to do something. We're going to turn her left by 90. Oh, I'm not typing anything. Sorry about that. Let's try that again. Left by 90. Now, again, if we run our code, that is just going to turn Tracy left by 90, but doesn't do much. Now we need to get our loop. Alright, so we are going to do a for I in range and we are going to, we need to do this 4 times. We're going to loop it 4 times. And we have our parenthesis there. And now we are going to call this function. And all we need to do is type the words draw underscore step, because that's the name of this function, and that's all we need to do. And it should call that function. It's going to go through this 4 times. It's going to move forward 30, right 90, forward 30, left 90. And when it gets done with that, doing it 1 time, it's going to do it a 2nd time. Doom, doom, doom. A 3rd time, doom, 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 a 4th time, doom, 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 and stop. So again, we're just calling this function. I know I said that a few times. Apologize for that. That's just the way I roll. Let's go ahead and run our code. And let's Let's try that again. Alright, I must have done something wrong because she is not working. I'm not getting any errors or anything. Let's go ahead and check my code and see what happens. Your staircase should be drawn with 17 commands. Well, that's not good. My result, 1 command. Well, because she didn't do anything. Let me take a look at this and see if I have anything out of the ordinary. Now, I did have an enter there, but I don't think that that should have affected it at all. And let me go ahead and try to run this again just to see. Let's see, she turns, but she is not going forward by 30. Draw step, did I name that right? Looks like I named that right. Draw step, I'm not getting any errors or anything, so I'm kind of wondering. I'll be right back with you guys. I know what I did. A basic syntax error. I forgot my open and close parentheses. Totally my fault. That is part of your name of the function draw step. Let's try to run it now. There Tracy goes. Alright, so I'm human. I do make mistakes here or there. I appreciate your patience, but there we go. We are now drawing a step, and we did that 4 times, and we called that function draw step right there. So cool, we're on our way.